My name is Heather Barrow. I am the founder and board chairman of High Risk Hope. High Risk Hope came about after our family's 3-month hospital stay in 2009. I was pregnant with my second child, a little boy named Hill, and 24 weeks into the pregnancy, my water broke, and we were rushed to the hospital where I learned that the doctors believed he would be born within the next 24 hours. So we were overwhelmed and obviously very anxious. I didn't even know that babies could be born at 24 weeks. And I ended up spending almost 8 weeks on complete hospital bed rest. I made it to just over 32 weeks and ended up going into labor and having an emergency C-section. And he was delivered and he was kicking and screaming and had a head full of this, light blonde hair. He spent a very short 2 to 3 weeks in the NICU, and we left the hospital with a very healthy baby boy. And he is now 10 years old, and he's had no long-term health complications or developmental delays as a result of his premature birth. We had gone back several times to visit the nurses, and what I noticed was a lot of the patients had their doors open. They were so lonely, they had no one coming to visit them. And I just thought, there's something that we can do to encourage families. And we decided we would just make a basket, and then also along with that basket, we would leave a note just saying, this is what happened to our family. You're probably not getting a lot of positive news from the doctors, and here's a story of what we faced when we were in the hospital. We were the worst case scenario at the time we were there, and we've left this hospital with a healthy baby and our family's intact.
My name is Bailey Nicholas. I'm the executive director of High Risk Hope, and I was introduced to High Risk Hope when I was on bed rest myself, when I was pregnant with my twins, and I'm just thrilled to be able to serve our community in a way that I know is impactful because I experienced it myself. Having a high-risk pregnancy is something that nobody expects to have happen. It's nothing that somebody wants to have happen, and so oftentimes families are thrown into a highly stressful situation and feel alone. They feel isolated. So for us to be able to come in and say, we've been there personally, we've been there before, we know what it is that you're going through, we know what you might need, and it's amazing for them to have that peer support network to help them get through what is oftentimes a very difficult situation.
My name is Angie Lamont Bresnahan, and at 25 weeks, I was put on hospital bed rest. I was pregnant with twins, and at 28 weeks, I gave birth to my son, Barron, and my daughter, Adeline. 5 days later, we lost our son, Barron, to an unknown infection around his heart. Our daughter, Adeline, remained in the NICU for 95 days.
While the hospital and staff provided Angie with excellent medical care, High Risk Hope provided her with much needed emotional support as well as care packages to meet her basic needs.
While I was on hospital bed rest, I received a bed rest basket from High Risk Hope, which had everything that you could think of that you would need when you were on bed rest. While we were in the NICU, we received a NICU knapsack that really helped us through our journey in the NICU.
After returning home from the hospital, Angie began volunteering with High Risk Hope and eventually implemented a new care package based off her own tragic experience.
While we were extremely blessed to be able to leave the hospital with our daughter Adeline, it was heartbreaking not being able to bring our son home. I realized that there was a need to give support to women that were leaving the hospitals without their babies. So we developed the bereavement boxes.
Angie is not alone in her journey. Unfortunately, there are many women and families that have experienced such tragedy, and High Risk Hope is only able to help a small portion of those in need of support.
What we've learned very quickly, because the premature birth epidemic is so great, is that we're unable to meet the demand. Every bag that we deliver, there are 10 more babies that we're not able to reach.
To fill this void, High Risk Hope relies heavily on their volunteers to help reach as many families as possible.
We really value our volunteers, from ordering the goods to delivering the bags to putting it together and everything in between, fundraising, planning events, anything that you can think of that we do, we have a heavy volunteer aspect, and that's always something that we need more of. If you go to our website, highriskhope.org and just click on volunteer. We have a list of opportunities for both adults and teenagers, and just reach out to us. Tell us what you have to offer and we will find a place for you here.
Thanks for watching, and if you want to know more about how to get involved, donate, or volunteer, check out the website in the video description below. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to notify you once a new video comes out. We will be finding more people that are making a positive impact in the community and telling their stories. If you know anyone with an amazing story and you'd like to see be told, contact us and let us know. We'd love to feature them. Together we can make a positive change. Thank you, and remember to be positive, be the change, and make an impact.